Guys, so I know it's been a minute since I've made another video. Uh, I don't have the pilot anymore. I had an accident. I was pretty drunk one night, and well, I don't have a license or insurance, and I ended up driving. I don't really remember why or where I was going or how I even got there, man. I just woke up and the car was wrecked in Dayton. Um, So yeah, I'm probably not gonna do anything else with cars unless, one of my buddy's cars are fucking up and running. My friend Earl that has that black Monte Carlo, I made a video of it. It's on the channel. Um, his car got stolen. He got it back, thankfully, but they had ruined everything. Like they blew out his starter and fucking burnt up all the wiring. Excuse me. But yeah, so there won't be a car thing going on for a bit. I might do some like go-kart shit. I found a cheap little kit that has like the axle and steering rods and wheels and steering shit all in a kit to build a go-kart. It's on Amazon. If I can figure out how to put links in here, I'll stick the link in there. I'm not sponsored or anything. Like, there's no companies through there, like, fucking none like that. I kind of wish I did, because then it'd be a lot easier. I wouldn't have to wait for my bullshit Arby's paycheck to, give me like $600 every fucking 2 weeks. But basically, everything you need for a go-kart is in that kit, except for the frame. But like, you can go get $50 worth of tubing, and or depending on where you live, maybe closer to $100 in tubing. It just welds you up a fucking frame, and then boom, you got a go-kart. You also got to get an engine. That's it. Two things, not in the kit: the engine and the frame. But it comes with everything else: your bearings, your tires, your rims, the seat, the steering wheel, and I think it's like $460. It's not that bad. Um, Now, for all those kids that are out here that are just driving, and you're about to be old enough to drink, and we all know fucking teenagers can get alcohol like a crackhead can get copper. Like it's gonna happen. Just, guys, don't drink and drive, because I always thought I was good with it. I've driven very fucked up. I've driven on stuff other than alcohol. Back when it was that part of my life where I was doing stuff other than alcohol, weed. um, I always thought I'd be alright, because I've never blacked out before. Never. Not one single time. And I've drank hundreds of dollars of alcohol in just a couple hours. So it's like, I don't even know what happened. I hit another car head on. That's what they told me. The other guy was okay. I was okay. I was just dizzy for a few days after the crash. I think it was like 4 days after the crash. But the hospital said everything was fine, so. Yeah. I had a court date They gave me an attorney, so I go back on January 2nd. Still facing jail time, but hopefully I don't get any. Like, look at this hair. You think I'm gonna have to cut this shit off before I go in there? Like, but yeah, just for my very few subscribers that I have, don't drink and drive. It can be fun, but the fun you have compared to the consequences that could happen, it's not worth it. And I kind of wish I would have realized that before getting into a fucking drunk driving accident. Because, like, man, last thing I remember, I was like 2 blocks away from my house. Like, I was about to cross the bridge and be right there, and then, boom, I'm waking up in the front seat with all the airbags deployed. And I'm looking at a tree, and then the cops come, and come to find out I'm in Miamisburg, Dayton. And I'm like, what? That's like an hour and a half away from my house. But yeah, sadly the channel is going to be changing again. But I do hope to do what I plan fairly soon. Like, I want to be, if I'm not going to jail, then everything should go as planned. I plan on getting the stuff to make that go-kart because I want to make like a little drift cart. But I've also kind of started getting fancy with welding when I still had the Pilot. When I was welding up the exhaust, I put my initials on the exhaust with the welder. So like I got a couple more ideas with the welders to show you guys on the channel. And go-karts are also a lot cheaper than working on that fucking Pilot. Because, oh my god, dude, that... Like, all the parts were cheap because it was a J35 series engine. And it was, like, new coils were $90, you know, like, fucking new intake, another $100, like... I could basically get like a new head and cylinder for it for like $300. I could get a new intake manifold. I could get a cheap one that's still more like has less restrictions off of the J37 engine. They're a direct bolt-on. But like they made ones that were like $1,000 and they were really pretty. Like billet aluminum, and then it had a cover on top, and it was anodized titanium. It was fucking awesome. But anyway, yeah, so the channel is going to be changing up a bit, and I might get another VR and go back to doing gaming stuff on here, too. But then again, I've also been thinking about, instead of getting a VR, getting like a cheap little, or like a decent computer so I could do like sim racing. Because that looks fun. But, yeah. Peace out, Girl Scout.